for someone who's creative and funny and can talk on the air, you're welcome to come on the air, which that's like an incredible bonus, right? That's so cool. That's part of the reason people want that producer job, is because you can contribute on the air to such an extent. Now, the problem is that you contribute on the air to such an extent that you basically become an on-air personality, but you are paid as a producer, and that can get frustrating. The very thing that was a bonus and positive and perk of the job, being on the air a lot, also leads you into a certain sense of comparison and dissatisfaction if you're like, well, but I'm getting paid as a producer and yet I contribute this much. And so then I can see how after a while people start feeling bad about that, and it doesn't seem satisfactory.
Yeah, it's oddly like self-fulfilling thing where this is your job, and you got like Fernando's the best probably producer at the station, but he's sort of an off-air presence.
Mm-hmm.
And he's incredibly good. I've hosted the morning show for multiple weeks with him as our producer, and it's really good. Like, he knows his job, he knows what he does. And it's not to say that because Danny or I or any on-air producer, like, you do it out of necessity or, I mean, Donovan and I are incredibly close. Norm and I are actually incredibly close. I chime in or contribute to the 10 to noon show because I feel like it's making this a better radio experience, which is the essential job of a producer.
Mm-hmm.
But then you're right, the dichotomy of like, hey, guess what makes this show better is when I'm jumping in. Like, was never the intent. But if I lay out completely and print a bunch of shit for Norm or Donnie or whatever, is that the net result best thing for this 2 hours? And at the beginning, maybe it was, and then it suddenly turns into, hey, it's a 3-man thing. It's all this. And then it feeds my ego, or however you want to put it, where I'm like, hey, I'm a big part of this.
Mm-hmm.
People love Shale. And then you start to think, wait, people do like me, and am I providing more than I am being compensated for? And then couple that with, boy, I have a live spot in every blanking break. Like, I mean, I think I probably have more live spots than any other non-host in ticket history. And I would imagine that one company that I do live spots for monthly pays my effing salary for a year. But talk about shit that's over my head, because I guess I don't know that, but it feels like it to me, you know?
Mm-hmm. Keep drinking. We're going to get more out of you. This is great.
Let's go. I don't give a fuck.
Wait, I hope you're not bitter at us. I mean, the people who work there, right?
Dude, zero.
Okay.
And
it's just one of those. Okay, go ahead.
I love you guys. And look, and that's the thing too, is like, oh, the fuck. Oh, Jesus. All right. You want to get into the real shit?
Mm-hmm.
Because I almost said it conversationally, like, oh, the tier 1 guys I have no problem with. And I do not. Because are you kidding? You guys are fucking coolest and the funniest, and like zero. Who the fuck would I be? Oh, God, that's 2 F's in like 2 seconds. Sorry.
Yeah, what's with the language? What are you doing?
Let's do this right now.
Okay.
And you handle this however you want.
All right.
This fucking tier system can go fuck itself, because I don't need any more reminder than every other fucking Friday what tier I'm on. So the most insulting, like, jab F you is reminding me that, oh, there's no tier 2. And that may be more Junior than anyone. And I love Junior, and Junior's fucking amazing. And I consider him a great friend. But enough with that shit. And just don't do it out of respect for the people who do bust their ass and wake up every morning, Jeremy, at all. They don't need to be reminded with a fucking label that they're fucking they're shits. And that bothers me so damn bad. And it didn't at the beginning. But then I'm like, good God, really? You need a name for this? I don't know, dude.
I think
That's just so disrespectful. Like, and I know it started as a joke.
well, I mean,
and
it
that's
still is
fine.
a joke, but I mean, you're saying that it hurt you when that was said.
It didn't at first, and then once you realize, well, it's actually really real. Tier 1 is up in this fucking ceiling, and then there is no tier 2. Well, guess what? Every other Friday, I get reminded of that.
What is it? What
And
happens
then
every other
tier
Friday?
3,
What does that
4,
mean?
whatever.
What does that mean? Every other Friday?
Paychecks.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Does it say it on the paychecks?
Yeah, there's a big Roman numeral.
The
3.
memo line.
Yeah, tier 3, and there's a frowny face.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And you know what? Hold on. Just while
Okay.
we're doing
No.
this is I'm gonna try. I'm not gonna rant all crazy. The one person I care most about, it could be Donovan. Like, I understand that. It's fucking Jeremy Moran, who wakes up earlier than all you guys do, and he's there every damn morning, and then he's there 2 hours after you get off the air, and he makes dick shit. And if I ever got like a real effing job, and I look, okay, here's the this is so bad. Here's this. Gordon, I don't know about you personally, but there are people at the station, tier 1s, that literally give money to the underlings. And you guys did it when we got COVID and all that shit, and you guys all agreed to it, and you gave a good chunk of money to the people who behind the scenes. But there are hosts who do that.
Mm-hmm.
But if anyone deserves like respect and a little bit of a effing bump, it's Jeremy, who's in there every morning at 4:45 or whatever the fuck time he gets there, busts his ass and tries to do a great job, and then stays 2 hours after you guys leave. I'm not saying that Jared contributes even a fraction of a percentage to what you guys do, because you deserve everything you have. But that dude deserves more. And if I ever got that opportunity at the ticket, the first thing I would do would be to pay off some of this fucking house, because I'm drowning in this thing.
Yeah, Jeremy falls down below that.
Would be to take care of freaking Jer, because I love that man.
So yeah, so you know what Jer makes. See, you're ahead of me on this.
No, because you have no idea. What do you think Jer makes?
I really don't know. I didn't.
I would guess you won't even come up with a guess. Tell you what. Watch this answer. Watch this question not get answered. What do you think Jeremy Moran's base salary is?
All right, so I'm going to go off of. Is it rude to guess someone's salary though? That seems weird, but I'm going to go off of what you said, because you said that you didn't make your age, so that was an indication of what you made, right? So, and then board operators, I guess, don't make as much as producers. But I mean, I would have guessed 50, but it's not going to be that, right?
It's way less than 50.
No, it should be. No, not that it should be less than that. I'm saying that I think that 50 was a good guess, because he's working the longer shift. He doesn't get there as early as Fernando.
Okay. Well,
Do you know what time Fernando gets there?
Yeah, sundown.
2 a.m., which to me seems unnecessary, but that's the way he likes to work. That's his.
In an effort to make this not uncomfortable, I will say that he definitely doesn't make anywhere close to 50. And he doesn't have the live spots or appearances or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
The shit that I've had to try to piece together an existence there.
Mm-hmm.
So it's way less than that. And that's fucked up, because he's incredible and he's a great person.
Somebody says, Gordo is like, how do I get out of this? No, I don't need to get out of it. I mean, this is, I invited you on here and you're speaking your mind.
You have the end stream button. You can tap it at any time.
I mean, no. I'm not going to cut you off. All right. Have you said everything that you needed to say about finances and that?
I have not needed to say anything.
Or wanted to say. I'll rephrase.
We're chatting.
We are.
I think that, and Gordon, please don't mistake anything I'm saying to think that that means that you or you all don't effing deserve what you get. Like, you deserve way more. And I have no effing clue. You know what's funny? Here you go. Here's a funny one. Do you remember when we were in California for training camp? This has got to be 12 years ago. And whatever circumstances worked out, the musers, you guys were leaving, and we were all in a car together. And you guys didn't know who the hell I was. And I don't know if you or somebody was like, basically, it's not douchey, I don't mean this, but it was like, what do people ask about us? Or like, what's the question that people ask about us? And I'm like, well, they ask what time you wake up, when do you do your prep work, all that stuff. And then they ask how much you make. And then you guys were all like, what do you tell them? And I'm like, I don't know. And then one of you were like, well, what do you think we make? And this is us in a car together, but this is, Twitch is the car of the internet. So the entrusted place that we can talk. And you guys made me say essentially a number, which I did. I threw out there. And the funniest, I won't even say what the number is because I don't fucking know. I have no clue. And I don't care because whatever it is, you could like add 25% to it and you double it and you deserve it. But I said a number. We barely knew each other. And I said a number, and then it was just a good, 15 seconds of silence. And I'm like, what? And then I think subject changed. I'm like, damn, that's fucking funny.
Yeah, that's, I think now the more current idea is that people should share their salaries. Remember, that was a deal. I think it was maybe our dad's generation. Nobody talked salaries.
Well, how about...
And even our generation didn't really.
Yeah.
I remember being with some friends one time.
On the popular Cirque du Sirois show, we open the phones and say, what do you do? How much you make? Because we're trying to lower the veil on what that all is.
That was one of the more popular issues. Remember that Parade magazine that would come in your Sunday paper or whatever? And they had the one issue of what everyone makes. It'd be like a gynecologist, a sanitation worker, and they'd list their salary. I always was fascinated by that.
Well, what's funny is that I won't say we've been told, but the very heavy leaning implication is, hey, you don't talk about salaries here. That's illegal.
Right.
Really? I don't think it is. I don't think it is.
All right. So it wasn't a personal conflict that you had with anyone up at the station that made you want to use the door?
Other than Corby.
Other than the human garbage.
Yeah.
Of Corby.
Pile of human garbage. He's awesome. There's not one person up there that I don't like. Not even close. But I mean, we're not on Cumulus airwaves right now, which I respected with my departure, and again took what I thought was the high road, which it's not untrue that I love and respect Cumulus Media. The KTCK, like I do. Mm-hmm. I fucking still admire all you guys. You guys are still my heroes. But it came to the point where I had to do what I had to do. But it's interesting to... This is shit that I wouldn't think that I would have ever said out loud. Or if I was going to say it out loud, I would have done it on my fucking Twitch stream when I get subscribers and shit, instead of supporting yours and watching you just blow past me.
I haven't blown past you. You still have a lot more.
No, I don't have a lot more. The rich get richer. Look at Gordon maniacally laughing.
I'm not maniacally laughing. Yeah, I can't even afford a color camera for my Twitch stream. You got the RGB. Which one is it? RGB or RBG? RGB. That's the microphone that you have that has all different.
I don't think it's the RBG.
The different kinds of colors that you can do. And you got color going on in the background. I mean, you're killing it. You're killing it on Twitch.
I'm killing it.
Yeah. You're doing great. So you thought about monetizing that Twitch deal? Or I guess you already did.
I'll be honest about that. it was shockingly profitable. And I think you're about to find this out. And this is what Gordon's going to do. He's going to do this wacky Twitch thing and have fun with interviews and all this. And then in a few months, he's going to be like, oh shit, I got a lot of subscribers. Wow, what the? And then next thing you know, decent money is coming in. And then you're going to do the math. How long are you going to stay at the ticket? Why don't you tell us? Let's give some breaking news.
I think I'm going to stay there definitely to the end of the year. No, I'm going to, I've made this decision with the ticket many times, and I always end up staying there. It's a home, and it's a special place. And, I think that the world is interestingly very different than it was when the ticket first went on the air. There's stuff like this, there's podcasts, there's all kinds of different avenues for creativity, but the station is a lightning strike, and it's a special place, and I would feel really weird about leaving it. I feel it's my home, and I feel like it is an outlier. I think that as far as terrestrial radio goes, the fact that station is still there, has the cohesion of the continuity of a lot of the same people that are buddies, lifelong friends that are still on the air. That's special. The fact that we have a station management and everything that believes in us and lets us do our jobs, that's special. The fact that we still have the P1s who are like the greatest listenership that is like lauded and studied and praised nationwide. People know about the ticket in Dallas, and it's the incredible listeners that have a connection to that station. That makes it very hard for me to ever leave the ticket while there still is a ticket in the way that we know it.
But you realize that the ticket in the way that you know it exists, Gordon, as long as you stay.
I don't know about that.
Okay, well, that's nice of you to say, but it's the truth. And you don't have to admit that it is the truth, but you know that as soon as you go, and as soon as the musers go, it's over.
Well, I don't know. It could be resilient. I mean, I think that the weird thing now is that people who are creative, who are coming up now, I don't think they desire to go into TV and radio. They go into their own channels and make their own content conduits. And so, I don't know who would replace us and replenish the ranks. We have some younger guys now, but then who are the younger guys after that? I don't know. I don't know what's happening with radio and TV is just so different than it was when you and I were in our early 20s. I mean, it's not, heck, somebody asked me the other day who the three anchors were on the three major broadcast networks. There was a time where those people were like celebrities and people knew them. Now, I work in media and I don't even know them. So I think the world is different now. But the
world being different,
yeah,
has to make you consider how different it is, and it might even make you consider starting a Twitch stream. Okay, here, I'll cut to it. And I'm not saying that you're leaving anytime in 5 years. Like, I'm not implying that, and you know that I don't know. But there are people, and you asked about earlier when I was leaving, my reaction to Twitter people's thoughts and hypotheticals. So is there any truth to that you're starting a Twitch feed as your retirement plan as to how to get yourself out there in a world in your life when the ticket isn't there?
No. The reason that I'm trying to do this is because I'm trying to learn all this stuff that's out there. Like, I have that YouTube channel that I've done nothing with. And I'm in a similar situation with the YouTube channel as you were talking about with your marble races, which is, well, all the people that are subscribed to that thing, I think a lot of the people that are subscribed are because of the Zach Galifianakis video and the Will Ferrell video. And so...
Were we in LA when we looked through your highest YouTube videos and they were like incredibly high, and you're like,
I know, I didn't even know that. Like,
shit.
I hadn't checked it in so long. And then when we were out there, we were looking through it, and they had so many views, and I had never thought about, turning on advertising on those videos, because I hate... This is how long ago this was, right? When I uploaded that stuff. It was 10 years ago. I don't even know how long ago. But it was at a time where if you didn't turn on the monetization on your channel, then it wouldn't serve ads. Now I'm not so sure that's the case. I mean, I don't know for a fact, but I don't know if YouTube puts ads on my video. I don't know if there's pre-roll ads on my videos or not. If I have ad monetization turned off on that, does that mean that they don't do pre-roll ads? I don't know.
I don't know.
But if it's a case where this might be true now, that even though I don't have monetization turned on, YouTube's still rolling ads out on it. So it's just money that they get and that they sell, but then I'm not getting any of it. So I think what happened was, as I was looking at starting to want to do some more YouTube stuff, then I was like, you know what? I'm going to start doing that, and then I'm going to lose like at least half of my subscribers on YouTube, because they don't want to watch you and me talking about some radio station in Dallas. That doesn't mean anything to probably over half of the people who subscribe to me on YouTube, because they did so because of the Zach Galifianakis type content. So I was like, well, what other broadcast platform can I do something like this on? And it was like, well, okay, well, Twitch. So that's kind of the why I started it, was because I didn't want to, until I got a game plan for my YouTube channel. I think that this is an interesting, and then of course you can merge the two, and now you can stream, and it goes out on Facebook Live and YouTube Live, and then Twitch as well. I don't know.
Right.
I have no game plan.
I don't doubt that you don't. But I think what's going to happen is you're going to keep doing this, and I hope you do, because I've watched every one of them, and they've been great.
They've been horrible, and they've been horrible.
Seen any funny images of
full of P1s. I mean, there were tons of listeners there, and
it was a perfect blend. Because,
yeah,
you're right. Like 60% P1s, and then 40 that were just whoever he had was good.
And I think that the podcast did pretty well. Like, it was...
Did it?
Yeah, because I think the subject matter of what we talked about was real heartfelt. We got into stuff about his dad, and it was a good conversation. We talked about drinking, which was a topic that, a lot of his listeners know, his back history with drinking and so on. Take another sip there, Mike.
I'm sorry, what were you saying?
Yeah, nothing. And so it was a good conversation. And I saw somewhere a year or two ago, I can't remember when this was, but I saw some video where he was being interviewed by another famous interviewer guy. And that dude brought up the podcast that Dax and I did about drinking. I forget what that guy's name is. He does a lot of great interviews, but he goes, I heard your podcast with Gordon Keith, and I thought that was funny, as if I was someone that was known.
So what percentage would you say that Dax Shepard is watching this, or is going to watch this?
This here?
Yeah.
0.
Because if he wants to continue to lower like the celebrity amount that he needs for a guest, like right here.
Yeah, you. Like, yeah. You should have you on.
Let's go lower.
So let's see. What else can we talk about? I'm going to go here to the chat and see. Somebody's locked in my salary at that whatever figure you said. It's not true. All right, we want to take some questions.
I love it.
Have you been following the chat at all?
I mean, I've tried. Unlike my stream, you have 2,000 people, so it goes pretty fast. So.
Well, what was your stream? Like, what is normal for this?
300 on a good day.
What percentage of someone who follows you on Twitch do you have that actually watch you? Because, so the ratio you're talking about, because you have 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 Twitch followers? I know it was in the...
I checked it today.
Okay.
Because my fragile ego wanted some validation, and it was not, it was bad. You had 2,500, and I had 3,500, or 3,545, I don't remember.
Okay. So...
But that's a fair question. Like, I don't know. You have 2,000 people watching, so...
And if I have 2,500 followers, is that the nomenclature they use on Twitch? Is it followers or... Okay. Or subscribers. So if I have 2,500 followers and 2,100 people are watching right now, is that the normal ratio of watching to following?
No, you have an incredibly high ratio.
So a lot of these people that are watching may not necessarily be followers. That's what I'm hearing. How do I convert them and get them to, hey, come on, smash that like button, and hey, you got a comment, put it... That's YouTube. Sorry.
No, but I think you're right. I think you have to yell at them and say smash. I think just say smash. I don't know.
You gotta smash the like button, right? Or smash the follow button, or... I don't know.
Whatever you're doing, I think is pretty good.
Okay. All right, so let's... I don't know if Huey is on. Huey's my guy. He's your guy, too.
He is my guy, and I need to tell you this, Gordon.
Yeah.
Listen, the phrase you need is, damn it, Huey.
And what does that get me?
Well, it doesn't get you shit, but you're going to need it. That's all I need is, damn it, Huey. And then, I don't know, then you just sit there and wait and hope something gets fixed.
See, because this is what I need. I don't like this one-man band stuff of me having to do all the technical stuff. I mean, not like there's a whole lot, right? I just hit start streaming and then have the camera.
You're literally using your finger. It's not.
But I would like to have, like, someone who curates the questions here a little bit and the comments, and then, because, you're looking at it, it's just going so fast, and to pick out something. Moderator. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for, a moderator. Yeah. I said producer.
I'm sure Huey will... Jesus, he just jumped in the Discord. Is this...
Was I summoned? I'm sorry.
Hey, there's Huey right now.
Huey!
Sorry, I'll leave. I heard my name.
No, we were just talking about how I can't really follow the chat and get good questions off of this. So what do you do in that case?
Chat arena. So you're in a unique situation where you have way more followers than you normally would. So you don't have like subscribers or VIPs or anything yet. Once you have subscribers and stuff, they'll stand out for like how long they've been following and stuff.
Okay.
But at this moment, you just have a ton of basically like fresh blueberry followers. So nothing's really standing out. So you're just getting like a wall of text. But once you hit affiliateship and people can subscribe, they'll stand out a little better.
Here's a comment. Gordon, you're hot. I like that one.
Yeah, you've been getting a lot of those.
Really?
I've been moderating the chat.
Well,
yeah, I've been moderating
Jesus,
the chat.
Huey, there was some fucking Sirois you're hot. Let's acknowledge those too.
Yeah, there has been a lot of those. There's been a lot of Sirois take your shirt off, but it's usually followed with put on a dress. So there's some up and down from there.
I do have the sundress right here.
You want to take your shirt off? Is that like a common thing you do on your streams?
No, it's not a common thing I do.
Okay.
But I do have a sundress nearby if we need it.
All right. Well, I'm on my way home from a hockey game. Y'all have fun. I just heard y'all talking. Y'all are doing great. This interview is amazing. So.
Well, thank you.
How does he
Huey.
just jump in? He's on his way home from
because
a hockey game.
He's on Discord. I have this whole Discord thing I'm setting up too. That's another thing. Have you messed with Discord very much?
No.
Okay. See, I've never really done much on Discord either. So I've got the Discord happening. I don't know. Ooh, you know what? I forgot to put the let's see. Let me do this here. Hold on a second. That goes to that, and then transition to that. Okay, so there you go. Can you see that now on your screen? How it has a tiny URL for people to get over to the Discord. It should be now on the stream. So people can follow that link, and you can go join my Discord, which people are commenting over there too. And we also have the ability to take calls.
Oh, come on. Let's take a couple calls.
You want to try it?
Yes.
Okay, see, because there's right now we only have 3 people waiting in the call waiting list, but we have capacity to have up to 50 people.
Let's get 50.
Who can wait to have their chance to talk to the sea cow himself. All right. I'll pull one.
That's my limit.
I'll pull one up in here. So if you join me over on my Discord server, which you can see the link right there on our Twitch stream, how to get there. Join that call-in waiting list, and then I can pull you over to come on the air. Okay, so let me go over here. I'll pull this dude in. Cool Hand Coop, which is a funny name.
I love Cool Hand Coop.
Do you know?
He's cool.
What's up, boys?
Hey, how are you, Cool Hand Coop?
I'm doing well. What's going on?
All right, so I'm wondering, do you have your video too? Should I pull you?
I do.
Okay, hold on. I'll pull your video in here and where it's like, there he is. So how can I do this where I want all of us on there. There we go. Look at that.
He looks like a Formula One driver.
Yeah, I got my iRacing set up right here, Mike.
Jesus, really?
No, I'm just
nice
kidding.
rig.
For some reason, I can't seem to get my camera turned on. But all right. Cool Hand Coop, do you have a comment or question for Mike Sirois?
Not really.
Thanks for your time. Do appreciate it.
Later, boys.
Oh, that was
Gosh, genius.
You know how to get rid of him.
That's genius.
He'll stay for a minute.
I think that's awesome.
I was really just wanted to say hello, but I don't know, Mike. I think it's a good thing that you got rid of the ticket. I put it in Gordo's Discord that, I wouldn't mind, all of you guys kind of quitting and making content on your own, because like I would think that the comp is kind of like Barstool. So I guess here's the question: do you think that there's a level of complacency at the ticket that just like the way that the shows have been the same way for the past 20 years, and there's not really anything to develop? Because I've asked Jeff, whenever I was an engineer, to add like a visual component, or live streams, YouTube content, actually being able to watch the April Fool's Open, that kind of thing. So I don't know.
Yeah, that's a good question. I'd love to do video content on events like that, like April Fool's Open would have been a perfect one to do some streaming from. As far as like the shows having a video camera or a 3-camera setup in studio, like a lot of radio shows, I know Mike and Mike had that for a while. Dan Patrick, I don't even know if his is a radio show anymore, whether it's just a TV show, but there's been talk of that on and off for years, and we've always been categorically against that. The Musers have. I don't know if the other shows have taken a stance on it or not, but I particularly don't like video when we're doing radio. It's just like distracting to me. Even this is strange, and I'm trying to get used to it. I love just having the audio, and I just can focus on what's going through this microphone is the only thing I have to worry about.
Right, but like you see that, like you were kind of saying that terrestrial radio is kind of dying in a sense, but whenever you see companies like Barstool go from non-existent whenever the ticket started, and then go from being a gambling rag essentially to adding digital components to their podcast and being bought by a huge corporation like Penn and being worth $500 million, basically by copying y'all's format of just being relatable people who just talk normal shit, have guests on, just have a good time, and then add in fun stuff. Like they literally do what's called Rough and Rowdy, which is basically Fight Night at Ticket Stock. Or not Ticket Stock, but just Fight Night. It's the exact same thing, but they pop it up and they sell it as pay-per-view, and they make loads of money off of it.
Right.
It feels like y'all have that. Y'all have the talent. This would be a way to expand, to give the little guys like a way of actually like, I don't know. Whenever you do Twitch content and YouTube and sell sponsorships, you have a lot more ways to like have revenue for like the little guys.
Mm-hmm. No, that's an interesting idea of, you know, the ticket is, I know and I wish Kat was on here to explain this, but it's like one of the,
That'd be great.
it's the top.
Yeah, I know it's a big corporation and there's a lot of hoops to jump through, but
Yeah, but it's like the top non-air spot revenue generator station certainly in DFW. The ticket, like, you know, through Fight Night and through all these other things, makes a lot of money that way to cover their bills. The ticket's very expensive to run. That's the other thing, is compare us to like a music station where you have like 3 people who work on the air and then you have 10 salespeople. I mean, the staff overhead at the ticket is ungodly. I mean, there are so many people that work there. And the ticket has had to monetize a lot of things that aren't just selling commercials in order to cover our bills. But you're right in that there are other opportunities. And the one thing that I would be worried about if we started doing, and I'm not as familiar with Barstool as you apparently are. I mean, obviously you've heard of them and know of them, but don't know exactly what incarnation they're in right now and how that looks. But if something gets so big that they're bought by a mega corporation, you do run the risk of something changing fundamentally that has made the ticket what the ticket is, which is, I think we all get. And I know what you're saying, like, it's been the same thing for a while, which is a terrestrial radio station that's homegrown, that's staffed by people who grew up here. You can grow it so big that it pulls apart from its own escape velocity as it gets bigger and bigger and expands.
But also, do you feel like it's eventually going to die out anyway? Because, like, I mean, you're losing guys like Mike and Danny and other people, and there's not necessarily these opportunities. Like, I mean, with not necessarily like inflation and just like the cost of living going up, and there's not really a way to like live comfortably and do the job. So, like, how does this continue? Yeah,
no, as far as the economics, I don't know that part of it. So,
but is that a luxury to not know? I'll ask you this, Gordon.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about your brothers and sisters who work at the ticket
mm-hmm.
and, you know, literally make, I would say, an offensively low amount of money?
What do I think about it?
Yeah, I guess, and if the answer is
see a cool hand coop.
Welcome to America, because that's the answer. Is I don't think about it because it's fucking lovely to make what I make.
Hold on a second, I'm trying to get you maximized again.
Completely deserved. But I mean, let's go back to Jeremy Moran, who makes $37,000 a year.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God, I'm being a dick. I'm sorry. Go.
He makes $37,000 a year.
Give or take.
Are you announcing this? Like this is something you know?
No, but that literally is like I'm trying to defend the people. Look, I'm out. I'm leaving.
Mm-hmm.
So, yes, while I leave, I'm going to yell about the people who I care about. It's obscene.
Right.
You know, that's actually unfair. I'm sorry I did that to you.
Well, I mean, it's, you know, no, because here's the thing. I mean, obviously it's uncomfortable because everyone will just get mad. I mean, they'll get mad at the ticket. They'll start yelling about Norm again. They'll start, you know, everyone has ideas how everyone needs to just quit their job, turn over their money to someone else, do all this. It's so easy to, you know, make these decisions on the outside. I'm work at the station. I don't know the finances. I don't know. I didn't know what you made. I don't know what Jer makes.
Right, but the people who make good money or respectable money, it's a luxury of them not to know what the people who are working pretty hard.
Well, now wait a second. So there's no doubt that you're working pretty hard, but to say that it's a luxury not to know what someone makes at the station, I don't understand that logic.
Have you asked or ever cared what your support staff makes annually?
I don't know what anyone up there makes other than
Because you don't care, and it's not your fault, and I'm not again.
I think you're trying to get to a conclusion that I don't agree with. I mean, you're trying to say that I don't have any interest in what other people make because I don't care about them. That's not true. I can tell you that.
Well, do you care what your support staff makes?
I care that they are happy. Yes, I care that they are happy. I do not care to know their personal finances. If they wanted to come and talk to me about it, that's one thing. But the idea that I'm going to throw Fernando up against the wall and say, hey, you tell me what you make now. You know why? Compassion. He's like, I don't feel comfortable talking about how much I make. No. And I slap him a few times. You don't understand compassion, man.
Well, I think it's best that we celebrate a great night of Twitch streaming and I'd be done with this.
No,
Like, because it's incredibly complex, but then we're decoding America, which is, hey, I make this, I make that. I don't care what you fucking make. Like, you deserve it. But my departing thought is that I care about the people who don't make shit that actually contribute to something that is fucking amazing.
Okay.
And
well, you act like I'm disagreeing with you here. I'm just saying that I don't understand how you're getting to this thing about how if I cared about human beings, then I need to know their salary, and I don't know their. I'm telling you that, and maybe this is a blind spot of mine. Hold it.
Sucks.
Maybe it's a blind spot of mine, but like I cared tremendously about my father, and I never knew what he made. I cared tremendously about my friends. I don't know what they make. Like, I didn't know that that's the thing that you're supposed to do if you work closely with someone.
Is it not a good lesson for all of us to say that even if you're on top of the fucking mountain, which, Jesus, Gordon, if anyone deserves to be on top of it, and you should be, not at the ticket, but, you know, you're fucking Gordon Keith. You should be, whatever you should be making.
All right.
But there's people who've worked pretty fucking hard.
Yes, we love the people who work hard, and I hope that they are taken care of.
Nothing. Well, they're not.
So, yeah. So there you go.
So,
Mike Sirois.
Are you going to fight for it, or are you going to say, hey, I'm going to look the other way, you know? Jeremy's a bad motherfucker. And
so who do I fight? So tell me how all this works. You say the thing, and then I do the thing.
Well, I would say if the three of you walked in and said, Jeremy Moran's a bad motherfucker and he deserves 10%
here's the thing. I've never heard Jeremy, he's never talked to me about money. He's never said that, hey, you guys are screwing me over, or the station's screwing me over, or Sirois shouldn't make more than me. Why does Sirois get more than me? He's never said anything to this effect. And to act like I have somehow not cared about Jeremy because he's never even brought this up. It's never crossed my field. He's never brought it up.
Luxury for it.
Well, you can frame it as it's a luxury, but it's also, how am I? You're saying it's on me to compel Jer to approach me to talk about his money.
You're literally my fucking hero. Like, I'm not saying it's on you.
Right.
But at some point, when you structure America, it is on the people who make a shitload of money to actually give a fuck and take care of the people who make less money.
Okay.
So,
all right. So
they can also not do shit and say, hey, we bring in everything, which you do. Mm-hmm. Okay, look, I'm coming at this from the standpoint of someone who's on the lowest level of
like when you found out,
yes,
if you did find out, so when did Jared tell you what he made?
He didn't tell me shit. I guessed that number. I'm not.
So you've got a made up situation that you're now litigating.
Okay, if you want to like throw numbers, like yes, I promise you, he does not make.
But you had Jeremy.
And what I make is fucking embarrassing.
Right. Did you ever?
If you really want to throw it out, like, it doesn't matter, dude. I don't know. Look, my brother's texting me, probably telling me to shut the fuck up.
Well, you're a little drinky. That's okay.
Look,
it happens. Hey, you're mad about America, and
I'm not mad about America.
And I didn't do something right, and I'm trying.
And who make a fraction of what?
Mm-hmm.
How do we ever get here? Because I don't like. You deserve double what you fucking make. Jesus, I'm sorry. I think we're done.
All right, so let's see. Gordo.
This has been exciting.
Stop,
right?
Gordo. This is BS. What is? Hold on a second. This is fantastic. Raw is war. Drinky crowin. What does this mean? Just like Gordo, you don't have to answer his question. What's his question? Let's see. Mike, Gordo is too smart for you, man. Oh,
that's actually true.
Doesn't make any sense. It's not on the employees to sacrifice for the coworkers. I don't know.
Agreed.
You know, that's the thing though, but it felt like you're putting me in the position of, okay, I'm the one who needs to fix corporate.
I don't need to do that. I really don't.
And I don't know this kind of stuff. All I know is that, you know, hey, when we had to take pay cuts and everyone at the staff had to take pay cuts because we were doing COVID came through and we were all being furloughed. You know, we try to help out people when we know that there's an issue. And at that time, we knew that there was an issue of that we were all having to take pay cuts. And I know we personally gave out some money, as you mentioned earlier in the Twitch stream. I wouldn't have brought this up had you not said it. But, you know, I know that we worked for free for half a month or longer, wasn't it? A month? I can't remember.
But I heard you were against that. Is that true or not?
That I was against that?
Yeah.
No, this is what I'm against. And this goes to the misplaced anger here, which it sounded like you were getting mad at me, or I don't know what was happening
no
there.
Anger.
But
yeah,
let me ask you, why would I
tier 1 discussion about it, and some people were not really into it, but whatever. I don't care, dude.
Do you not care?
Hey, look, I'm gone, so yes, I don't care.
Okay. All right.
Well, tell us then.
Well, so this is my take on it. There's something wrong if the company, corporate, keeps doing we're out of money, and so we're going to start hurting people by cutting their pay. They're going to start furloughing people. So, in other words, they can redistribute everything by just saying, hey, we're going to start holding a gun to Gordon's head until George pays him some money. Or to Craig until he pays Donovan some money. When you start making coworkers and fellow employees responsible for what other people get, like you're trying to advocate for, I need to go in and negotiate for you or Craig or Donovan or whatever. I need to get in the middle of your personal finances. That's an uncomfortable situation to be in. And for the company to do that to its workers, I think is unfair. There's everyone up there is all for helping out their fellow coworkers. What I think is unproductive is that the company forces you to help out your coworker or your friend.
Agree.
So the idea that you have and that corporate has is, I want to have this Lord of the Flies, everyone battling each other. You know, hey Gordon, you need to go in there and you need to stand up for Corby. You need to go in there and you need to negotiate for so and so. I think that sounds good when you've got a few drinks in you and, you know, you're like trying to, I'm getting worked up about something. And it also sounds good to corporate when it's like, hey, you guys, you want to make some money, Corby? All right. Well, go ask George. Y'all work it out. You get back to me. And it's like, oh no. The company abdicating its responsibility to negotiate in good faith with each person individually. I don't think you should let them get away with that. This is not just the ticket. I mean, this is any company I'm talking about. I probably shouldn't be using the ticket as the example. Yeah. But yeah, any coworkers like that, you know, you'll get into it with cash, you know, because there will be somebody there who won't be making as much as you are.
Yeah.
What are you going to do about that?
What you going to do about it?
I mean, don't you want to be a good person?
I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to quit and go try to figure it out on my own.
And then come back to the ticket because you're like, man, this is just too much pressure over here. Straw man to stand up for... What is this? God, this is moving. Is there a way to make this go slower?
For fucking Norm.
Is there? I bet this says, I bet Norm makes way more than Donnie. See, this is what happens when you talk money.
Lean into the chat. Here we
go. Yeah, let's see. Mike's perspective is that the ticket doesn't proportionally pay its talent. So yeah, to address that, what do you think of that?
I think you guys deserve 90, 95%, and more than that. And we, the underling shitbirds, deserve probably 25, 30% more than whatever the fuck we're making. Because the ticket, as you described, is set up in a way that some people provide more than their cumulus job, fucking whatever the
okay, wait. So I need to make this clear because I feel like I have not explained what I'm talking about. This says I'm obfuscating. So tell me what you think that I've said, Mike, since I'm communicating with you and maybe I haven't been clear.
I guess I don't understand the question.
What's that?
My bottom line is,
it just feels like this feels just like a lot of emotion.
Literally are the ticket.
Okay. But people in here are mad at me.
Working pretty hard.
People in our chat on this are upset. I've done something wrong, and I'm trying to figure out what this is here.
No, they're fine. They're gonna follow you. They're gonna subscribe.
No, but here it says I'm being an ass.
No, don't read them.
No, these are people who came here because they like us too, and I mean, there's some positive ones here, but then there's these people who are really somehow I've done something here or not done something.
Nothing. You've done nothing.
No, I wanted a chance to correct it. I mean, I'm willing to listen to what people have to say to figure out how I've made them upset. I mean, my take is I want the people who work at the ticket to be happy, and I want them to feel like they are getting what they deserve. But I'm also in the position of I feel uncomfortable getting between them and their employer. Does that make any sense?
Yes, but that is the structure that allows good people to get fucking paid dick shit for their entire lives. That is what it is. And it's when the people who have a very loud voice don't care or don't say shit because they're being well taken care of, which they should in your case.
Right.
They don't say shit. So if you don't create value for Jeremy Moran, then Jeremy Moran doesn't have value, and he just stews in his, income level, which is fucking embarrassing.
Okay.
So, but if the powerful people who are worthy of the money and make a shitload of money, which is, please don't take any thought that you don't. I don't think you do. You guys run this shit. But there are people who work pretty fucking hard and show up pretty fucking early every single day and stay 2 hours later than you that are getting fucked. And if somebody stood up for them and said, hey, this is a valuable person.
Okay, but listen, Mike. Mike, I'm just saying that Jeremy has never come to me and said that he's getting fucked.
Okay, well, I'm doing it for him.
Okay, so, but maybe we can talk off the air because I don't know that he wants a salary on the air. So you're saying that you know what he makes and he feels like he is not making enough. And so you're standing up for him, but it seems like, I mean, this is putting me in a strange situation where I'm like, I don't know any of this stuff. You're coming to me and saying, this is a huge problem. And Gordon, why haven't you done anything about it? And I was like, I didn't know it was that there was a problem.
Only it's you and I on this stream, and we're having a chat.
No, I mean we got a few people, and I've obviously.
I'm not pinning it all on you.
Gordon needs to stop humoring this S. Well, I don't think it's S. I mean, I think you're bringing up,
But have you ever spent a day thinking about, hey, the people under me, how are they doing? Are they okay? Are they happy? Do they have a fair wage for their contributions to, what we provide?
I hope.
And have you spent that time? Have you ever looked in the mirror and said, hey,
okay, all right, you sound like you're angry at me, and so we'll we'll move on. We'll see if we can get some other questions here, because I think we've given this enough time. You've had your say, and I'm obviously unable to express my feelings of this. I love Jeremy. I love Mike. I love our team. I love George, and I love Craig. And I don't know what any of those guys make. I have an idea of George and Craig just because we are together. And they've never asked me. They've never expressed discomfort with what they've made. They never said the ticket is screwing me over. They've never done any of that, Mike.
No,
I mean, but you're putting me in a situation here to where, Gordon, answer these charges. Answer them now.
Well,
do you ever look in the mirror and ask yourself, do you even care about another human being? I mean, that seems a little unfair to me. Come on, Mike.
Okay, I don't mean.
I mean,
to
you can go ahead.
Put it on you, and I don't. But again, it's you and I talking right now, and I'm out the door. So, yes, I'm going to present these questions, and yes, it may be a little gratuitous to say, "Have you asked this? Have you
ever looked in the mirror and said to yourself, do you care about people you work with?"
Okay, that's fair, and I don't mean to imply that that's your responsibility, but I will say look around, and there's people who are
all right. So let's see what else we got.
Scraping it together, and
okay,
I feel like provide a good amount of support for what you do.
Okay, let's see what else we got. Maybe we have somebody has something else to say. Okay, still talking about Jeremy. Maybe I need to get Jeremy on here instead of you talking about how his situation. He can talk about it. I need to get past all this stuff.
At a minimum, this is fun.
Is it? Okay.
Right?
No, it's great fun. All right.
People are engaged and interested, right?
Yeah, but it's like, let's see what else we got. I mean, you're doing what? This is moving way too fast. This is why we need a moderator,
Yeah. Damn it, Huey.
People asking what happened to the Fate of Man. What happened to that thing? Did you ever get that back?
No. I hope soon.
Here, you can keep talking while I go through and try to find us something here.
I'll do a live spot here for...
How are you guys doing? Did you kill Barry Bunch? Can we get another tour of Dallas from Gordon? Let's play some marbles. These shows going down. Do a liner for the Musers. What are your plans for your Twitch stream? We kind of already talked about that. There's really no plans. It was just to get on here and have some fun. That's the plan.
Question, Gordon.
Yeah, sure.
Don't look at the chat anymore.
Why?
And I'm drunk, and I probably should be done with this.
No, I mean...
But I did this yesterday, right? So
it's a feel-good show.
Yesterday was the day I quit the ticket.
Yeah.
And it was fucking hard. It was tricky.
Mm-hmm.
And it was at night, and I took a shower, and I got out of the shower, and I stood in front of my bathroom mirror, fully nude,
mm-hmm.
and I had my hands on my hips, and I said, I was just staring at myself. And then I got to thinking, it's probably a good idea that once a year, that every man or woman stand there and give yourself a good 15 minutes of just staring at your nude self in the mirror and taking a deep breath and reassessing your existence. And I did that yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And it was actually shockingly emotional. But that's my advice to everyone watching, is that stand in front of your bathroom mirror by yourself.
And look at yourself for 15 minutes.
Yes.
Huh.
And look yourself in the eye. And generally it's reserved for when I'm on mushrooms, where you lean into the mirror and like look at yourself. But I don't think we do it enough. Yes, you look at yourself and like, hey, how do I look? How's this outfit?
Mm-hmm.
But I think take a fucking deep breath, and in the nude helps. And look at yourself and take as much time as you can and just really reassess where you're at in life.
Uh-huh.
I found it fascinating, and I found it actually quite therapeutic.
And what'd you learn? Like, what were some of your insights?
I you know what? Here you go. I'm an emotional guy, and I had a cry. I was listening to a song that was impactful to me. But I think that's a level of introspection that I don't think, not that they're not capable of, but most people don't do. And I took a moment and I looked at myself in the nude. The nude part was coincidental. And just deep breaths and look at yourself and reassess where you're at in your life. And for me, on the day that I left my favorite fucking thing in the world, which is the ticket, it was pretty fucking profound.
Mm-hmm.
That's my whole statement.
Well, that's interesting advice. Have you
ever done that?
Looked at myself nude in the mirror.
Well, you're not staring at your dong, your gigantic dong. Like, that's not the point.
Uh-huh.
It's not about... But it's more just take a moment and actually reassess where you stand in life. And, like, this is a huge chapter changing my life.
Yeah.
I'm scared.
But it's exciting, too, isn't it?
Being nude actually, like, helps it because, like, this is me. Like, this is the real me.
Right.
Yeah, but you haven't done that. You guys are all too cool to do that shit, but...
We're too cool to look in the mirror at ourselves.
Oh, nice try.
What?
In the nude.
In the nude, yeah.
Yourself and actually reassess your position.
And you're talking about beyond physically. You're talking about thinking about your life and where you are in life.
Yes.
And
yeah, but physically is part of it. But it's more about, I don't know, reassessing yourself and actually like taking a look at yourself in a fucking mirror. You know, if you don't get it, you don't get it, and that's fine.
No, I think it's a great exercise to do that. It's interesting. What's that?
That doesn't feel genuine.
No, I think it's a great exercise to look at yourself in the mirror and look at your own body, appreciate yourself.
Yes, but it's the physical part is not.
But as far as assessing yourself, where you are in life, you're saying that there's an added element when you're naked in front of
I had a moment yesterday where I did that. Yeah, and it felt pretty fucking good. Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Do we have anything else? We have 4 more minutes.
Right back to the chat.
Yeah, we got 4 more minutes here. I was just trying to see if anybody else wanted to chime in. I was trying to make this a little interactive. Let's see if we can grab a couple questions. Did you see anything in the chat that you wanted to comment on? Somebody asking if we wanted Pringles cans.
I'm in enough trouble.
Well, you're not in any trouble. I mean, you've left the station, so
I have. And if we don't have a chance to do it before you cut me off and we're done, which I would not blame you. I have not, so I knew I was leaving, and I had a meeting with Kat, and Kat was like, all right, hey, this is how we have to handle this. And I was already fucking on edge, because I'm like, how the fuck, you don't tell me how I'm going to handle this. But then I was like, who the fuck am I to think I have some things to say? That's not the point. The point is the ticket is fucking amazing, and I'm honored and so lucky to have had the little mini fucking run that I have. And I'm just lucky to have been there for as long as I have, and now I'm moving on, and it's all good. But to say that if you're somewhere and then you're like, oh, now these are my complaints, and I want to yell at you about money, and I'm fucking embarrassed. I'm sorry I even did that. It doesn't fucking matter. The ticket's been nothing but incredible to me and given me some life and existence that I'd never had otherwise, and I'll never have again. And I'm nothing but appreciative. So, yeah, I'm sorry that sometimes it manifests itself in these are my fucking gripes of the night. But they're just gripes of the night. They're not real. The truth is, the ticket is fucking incredible, and I'm lucky to have been a part of it for as long as I have, and that kind of it.
Well, thanks for coming on tonight, spending your Saturday with me.
Eventful, right?
Huh? I'm glad we did it. I'm glad we...
What are you most mad at me for? Are we good?
We're fine. Everything's fine, Mike. I'm about to go look at myself in the mirror while naked.
Dude, the biggest bush. The biggest bush.
You got the biggest bush?
No, I bet you are so unmaintained. I'm sorry, but you are. It's unmaintained. It's huge.
Oh, all right.
Say yes or no.
Well, we'll see. No, I actually am a fan of the manscaping, but...
No, you're not.
Okay. All right. How's Christina?
Don't make it an awkward departure.
I'm not. I'm saying I'm thanking you and saying I'm about to go look in the mirror.
You think I did bad? I'm sorry.
You're fine, Mike.
No, I feel like this is bad.
No, you gave a very nice speech there, a sweet wrap up. I liked it. I thought it was good.
Are you happy with tonight's content on your Twitch stream?
Yeah, I need to see. I'd love to be able... I can go back and read these chats, right? I can go back and read the whole chat. Can't I? I don't know enough about this to know.
I gotta go before I get in trouble.
You're going to get in trouble at home?
No, not at home, but just... I feel like I've said what I have to say, so... Hey.
Well...
Jeremy's awesome. Norman Donovan are awesome. Gordon... with all the shit we've talked about, you probably won't believe me, but you're literally my hero. I think you're the funniest motherfucker on the planet. And I'm sorry that if we went sideways a couple times, but all good.
It's all good. That's a great final statement. It's all good. Well, thank you, Mike.
Yeah, man.
Thanks for being here, and thanks for the P1s, and hopefully I can go back and read the chat and see what everybody had to say. And hopefully everybody else had a good time, too. Who knows? These are fun. All right, next Saturday, you going to tune into that one?
Who you got? Who you fucking got?
I think I'm
Joe Lecce?
No, I think I'm just by myself next Saturday.
It's going to be...
Huh?
I don't know.
Yeah, it probably won't be good, but at least I'll try it. I mean, I can try it.
We didn't have any pictures, anything I was supposed to react to.
No, we didn't have it this time. Maybe next time.
Loaded with content.
Alrighty, Mike.
I love you, buddy.
Okay, see you later. Take care. Thanks to all the P1s who hopped on the chat and who were over in the Discord. And hopefully everybody had a decent time. Thank you guys for being here. I love you.